The design of the K-Series loader reflects a lot of consideration for safety. But does this automatically ensure safety on the job site? There are many pieces of safety equipment on the loader, but there is no assurance that the safety equipment will get the job done unless you use it. One of the most important pieces of safety equipment is your seat belt. Buckle up before you start the engine. The rollover protective structure by itself does not assure your safety in the event of an overturn. If you're not wearing your seat belt, you could be thrown and crushed. Don't operate under the mistaken impression that if a machine overturns, you can hold on or jump free. That impression may be fatal. Before starting out, make a quick check of the operational controls. It's better to take a moment now than to find out at a critical moment when it's too late to avoid an accident. If you're using the loader in an area other than a quarry, be sure to call the utility services in the area to have the job site marked for underground lines or structures. In most areas, there is a free or low-cost one-call locator service. In the United States, just call 811, and you will be connected to the local locating service. It's better to take a little time before the project begins to know what you may encounter. If you cut through a gas pipeline or an electrical line, you could be losing more than a little time. It's also important to be aware of what's overhead. Serious injury or death can result from contact with electrical lines. As was mentioned, it's up to you to use your safety equipment, and it's also up to you to use good safety judgment. As the operator, you have the primary responsibility for the actions of the loader. Always think about what you have to do before you do it. Never stop thinking about what is the safe thing to do, not only for yourself, but also for the people around you. This brings up another important point. There is only one seat and seat belt in the loader, and that's for you, the operator. These machines are not designed for riders. And when working in close areas, reduce your speed. You never know what might pop out in front of you or in back of you. Even though the reversal alarm is sounding, you still need to look behind you before and while backing up. You should reduce your speed when in rough terrain or when carrying a heavy load. No matter what the terrain, always carry your bucket low for better stability and visibility. This is particularly true when working on slopes. Always drive up or down the slope with the heaviest end of the loader on the uphill side. That means with a loaded bucket, you need to drive forward up a hill. Drive up vertically and avoid turning. That's when the machine is least stable. It may overturn. With an empty bucket, back up the slope. When using the loader, keep the loading surface smooth and level. This not only makes it easier to load a truck, it also improves stability when the boom is being raised. Be especially careful to stay away from undercut embankments. This can be hazardous to machines and operators either above or below. When shutting down the machine, there are a few simple procedures that you should follow. The machine should be parked on a level surface with the attachment lowered to the ground. Move the F&R lever to neutral and set the lock. engage the park brake. And operate the engine at half speed without load for a couple minutes. This will help cool down the turbocharger. Slow the engine to low idle before stopping the engine. On the 644K hybrid, applying the park brake will automatically return the engine RPMs to idle. If you're shutting down for the day, it's a good idea to install Vandal Protection and lock up the machine. You never know who might drop by. If you plan to haul the machine, you should always use caution when loading it on or off a trailer. Statistics show that this is the most likely time for a tipping accident. You should always fasten your seatbelt before loading or unloading in case of overturn. The trailer should be parked on firm, level ground. The bed should be clean of debris. Use chalk blocks against trailer wheels to help prevent the trailer from moving. With the help of a spotter, drive onto the ramp slowly. The center line of the machine should be over the center line of the trailer. The machine should also be balanced fore and aft on the trailer. Once in position, place the F&R lever in neutral and set the parking brake. Be sure to install the articulation locking bar. On units with final Tier 4 engines, the locking bar is on the right side. Lower the front attachment. As before, lock up the machine against vandalism. Fasten the machine to the trailer with chains or cables with appropriate load binders. Tie-down points are shown in the operator's manual. Tape the exhaust to protect the turbocharger. Before you haul the machine, be sure of its overhead height to the ground. It's better to know your limitations beforehand rather than learning the hard way after you hit something. And be sure to banner and flag the oversized load. As we've seen, John Deere loaders are equipped with many safety features and systems, but it's up to you, the operator, to use them. You have to think about every move you make before you make it. It doesn't matter how much experience you have, it only takes one mistake to make the difference in your life and in the lives of others. Statistics show that of all the accidents reported, most of the operators hurt or killed were listed as experienced. Accidents don't always happen to the other guy. That other guy could be you.